I am more scared of not having the experience than anything that could or might go wrong. I'm more scared of missing out on a great opportunity, a new connection, new people than any risk.
Hello, fellow wanderers. This is Joseph here for a new season of Fellow Wanderers, my podcast. This is a new season. I don't know if it's like my second season or third season. I'll let you all decide because I don't really care. It's just a new season. We're going to come on strong for the next months or so with some great interviews with people that I love, people that I'm going to meet, people that I don't even know. And we're going to meet them together. But I thought I would start out strong, come to the hoop with a slamma jamma, backwards, rama, whatever. It's March Madness. We're coming in and we're going to slam dunk you with one of my favorite people in the whole world. And probably, I know a lot of people in Wisconsin, and she's in the top 2 or 3 of my favorite people to follow, to watch, to engage with. Kelly Gardner from Galesville, but not really Galesville because she moved to somewhere else. And there are all these little small towns. It's southwest Wisconsin in the middle of, you're still in the Driftless, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The Driftless region.
Kelly
Gardner, everyone.
So excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you and talk with you and share you with the 4 people that watch my podcast.
5. I do.
And I was counting you. I don't have any sponsors for my esteemed podcast. I have producers, I have publication people, I have marketing agents, all these people, but I have no sponsors, and I'm not looking for you to sponsor us. I'm going to sponsor you because your product is freaking awesome, and I want to get to that in a bit. Kelly, where are you from?
Sure. So this tiny little unincorporated town called Centerville, Wisconsin, not to be confused with Centerville, Minnesota, that actually has a zip code.
I don't know if anybody will be confused with either one of those things. I don't know if there's anybody in America that knows about Centerville, Wisconsin, or Centerville, Minnesota.
Well, we're working on it. I'm trying to put Centerville on the map. We just have to get you here, and then that'll happen. Because I brought you to Galesville, 8 miles away. So, you know.
Well, I have driven through Centerville.
Okay, perfect. So you know it exists.
Yes.
It's 4 corners, basically, a four-way stop, not even a stoplight town. I grew up here, and an opportunity came up to move my business from downtown Galesville to a location about 4 times as big, with a parking lot and all the things that I needed to grow in the class and teaching and party space that I wanted to grow in. So I did that about a year ago, a year and 3 months.
Let's just be honest. Okay, we're going to get into your business later, but we're going to reveal that. We're going to with anticipation. But can you fit the whole town's cars in that parking lot?
No, because there's a lot of tractors.
Oh, gotta count the tractors.
And many people have multiple vehicles. So
I actually took my anniversary one year, a couple years ago, to come see you, my wedding anniversary. My wife and I came to Galesville, which is just a few miles away, like you said, from Centerville, and we did some amazing, fun things there. I've never been to that part of the state and absolutely loved it. What are some things that people would do if they went to that corner? What's your closest nearest city?
The closest city, La Crosse. That's a big university town. So we've got.
That's an hour away, though, right?
35 minutes.
Oh,
that's where I do my grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Or I cross the bridge and go into Winona, which is another university town, which is 11 minutes from.
Just like Paul Ingalls did.
Yeah. Go right across the river.
What are some fun things you do there?
Sure. So in the Trempealeau Centerville area, we've got Perose Park. I spend a lot of time there with my pup. Um, the wildlife refuge. So U.S. Fish and Wildlife. There's a refuge with education center, all sorts of great events throughout the year, like even some handle hikes in the winter. We didn't have a lot of snow this year. There's a winery about 4 miles from me, Elmaro. There's
It is a very beautiful winery.
we went there,
I
yes.
still have great memories of sitting out there with the band, those 2 guys playing their music and the guitars and seeing the vineyard, drinking wine. You came in a little late, I do believe, or did you even come at all?
I don't
We
think
went to
I went to
pizza
the yeah,
together.
we
You
went to
told
pizza.
us about that. I did not wanna leave. Very beautiful area.
It's your Napa Valley close to home is their tagline. So and then we have the river. I'm about 6-7 minutes drive to the Mississippi River, and I don't take that for granted at all. Um, we go for walks right on the water.
Mhm.
There's trails. The Lock and Dam number 6 is right here. That's really cool to watch. That's all just within a couple minutes from my shop. Winona has a couple lakes, the university, there's so many different events. Lacrosse has the brand new lacrosse center, renovations to lacrosse center. There's concerts, events there all the time. Yeah, small town charm is still one of my favorites. So downtown Galesville has over a dozen women-owned businesses, and it's continually growing. They're at capacity with all the storefronts filled,
Yeah.
and there's not enough real estate for everyone who
Think
wants to be there.
Stars Hollow. You gotta think Stars Hollow from
Yes,
Gilmore
yeah,
Girls when you think of it, like the gazebo in the middle. It was one of the most beautiful little, like, 1 block. That's all with little few offshoots. Fun
yeah.
little town. Great donut shop too. A
Hmm.
good donut shop, a good bar burger, lots of little, again, you said lady, woman owned stores, like almost, not hardware stores, but like the old school
The
general
common.
stores.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, clothing. Um, it is what you would want it to be on a beautiful Saturday morning.
Or an evening in December when there's snow and all of the stores are lit up. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
I gotta come back.
Yeah.
You said the Mississippi. It's an under appreciated thing we have in our nation. I was actually on the southern in New Orleans. We did a river cruise up the Mississippi, and I was like, kind of like, this is gonna be lame, stupid, and it was really, really cool. Like, obviously, you're having fine dining and all. Like, it was a beautiful cruise, but just seeing all these little towns that you never would see otherwise, and experience them and experience the power of the river is pretty amazing. You get to see that. Go out and like get outside of Wisconsin. Where do you go, or even outside of that area? Like, where
Oh
are some of
goodness.
your spots you like to hit up?
Um, I went to Italy last year. That was incredible.
Yes.
Um, I love anywhere new. Let's see, in 2020, so January of 2020, I made a promise to myself, funny timing, right? That every year I would go at least 5 places I had never been, which does
Mhm.
not mean just driving through or a store there. It means really spending time in 5 new communities I've never been. And I went to Florida for 12 days, and that was amazing. I went to from Wisconsin. I went with a couple snowbird friends, and um, I couldn't keep up with them. They were in their 70s at the time, and I was like, guys, can we take a nap? So
Wow.
that was incredible.
Like
Yeah,
that is a true definition of a small town wanderer, of actually getting into these spots.
and just
Um,
and just uh, putting yourself in situations that maybe are uncomfortable but you can learn and grow, because going somewhere new isn't always the easiest thing, or a new culture that's unknown, and you have to learn and figure out and talk to people. And when you talk to people, you learn, and you become cultured yourself. And
So you are a solo traveler. You don't have a
often,
companion. You're not hooked up to anybody. Uh,
are
hint,
you just
hint for all
trying
you
to
out there.
say that I'm single?
Probably one of Wisconsin's most eligible bachelorettes. She should have her own show.
Oh,
But she's perfectly fine being solo, so you don't think you can just win her over with ease. How do you navigate that as a solo woman trying to get out there and see the world? Because you hear people all the time like, "Oh boy, I don't have anybody to go with."
I am more scared of not having the experience than anything that could or might go wrong. I'm more scared of missing out on a great opportunity, a new connection, new people, than any risk that I'm taking. I also kind of do a little bit of the pre-planning, as far as I know where I'm going to stop if I'm road tripping by myself, and I do that probably too often for my mom's well-being, but I know where I'm going to stop. I love a certain gas station because I know that they're always clean and safe. I do spend a
Well,
lot of
that's a Wisconsin gas station that you
yeah,
happen to be referencing. Aren't you like an ambassador for them?
I should be.
You should be. We're not even
I
going to
have,
mention their name. If you're from Wisconsin, you know, but if you're not, we don't even
right.
like them because
I'm
they should
only
be.
gonna say their name if they sponsor me.
Yeah,
Give me some
this
gas
would be a
card.
great time for us to pause our podcast for a message from our sponsors. Friends will be back in a few minutes. Hey, thank you for coming by to Quick Trip. Wouldn't that be a great sponsorship?
It would be so great for both of us. Yeah. Well, anyway, I travel with my dog now. So in the past year, I got a border collie.
Are you petting
And
your dog right now? Or are you scratching
I,
your foot?
I am. Frankie, come.
Franklin, get Franklin up in here. Okay. Who doesn't like
Go
Franklin
away.
has his own Instagram account.
Franklin from
Franklin,
Wisconsin.
you are not a lap dog.
He is about 60 pounds, and I'm
What
sitting on
kind
a
of
stool. You're so
what
handsome. He's so handsome. You too, Joseph.
good looking pup? What breed is he?
Border collie.
Border
So
collie. Okay.
the only breed that has ADHD too.
Ha ha ha.
But we went camping for 3 nights. Where did we go? Kettle Moraine over by Milwaukee.
Hmm.
Uh, I hadn't camped since college, probably. We tent camped. I tent camped with a border collie 4 hours from home. It
That's
was it
awesome.
was actually perfect. Yes. You're such a good boy. Um,
And
yeah.
yeah, so you can do it. You do it as a woman.
Yeah,
You've
it was just the two of
you've
us
been
in a tent.
overseas. It's not like you don't travel with people, but
Right.
you don't make the excuse to not travel because you don't necessarily have, somebody else that's your normal person.
I I
That's
have a
very
really good friend
commendable.
that I travel with, and we went to Italy together, and it was the two of us, but we did some things on our own because we don't always like the same things or want to experience the same things.
Yeah.
And you need a little break from each other sometimes. Um,
That's a
and
really good relationship. Are you a relationship expert also?
oh,
Wow.
coaches don't play, so maybe. Um, and we just booked another trip. We have no plans yet, but we booked another trip overseas. So I'm excited for that. I don't get to get on a plane until December, but um Spain,
Really?
I go to Spain.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a
Kelly,
sucker for cheap plane tickets and figure
Sucker
out the
for
rest later.
where'd you find cheap early December?
Um, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, don't wreck my podcast where you buy and tell people like where to buy cheap tickets when they should be working with me, even though I
You
don't
could
like the
absolutely work with a travel agent, but I work with my friend who's traveled um
yeah.
for forever and ever and ever. If it wasn't for her, uh, Joseph would have all of my trips.
Well, I wouldn't want to maybe do your thing because maybe I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, like doing things you're not good at. And there's some things I'm just not good at. And so I don't mind when people are like, oh, I'm going to travel here or there. And I get very little um anxiety in my own life to go, oh, they never talk to me. Like, no, let's celebrate what people are doing
I'm going.
and
I'm
and
going.
go with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing things you love to do, you are the curator of what I think is the coolest named business in all of Wisconsin, obviously, if not the world. You are the owner of Create Happy, and you started that a couple years ago. And it
5.
5 years
This
ago,
year it's 5 years ago. That's so
exactly.
it's
That's
just
how we met. You know, that's how we met, right? We
yeah.
both were like starting a business in Wisconsin with 0 Instagram friends. And we just happened to be like, oh, this is another Wisconsin business owner. And we were on the other side. And so, like, people said you can't meet people online, but I met you online and you're one of the coolest cats out there. And because we
Back at
had this mutual thing of being Wisconsin business owners trying to figure out our life.
Mhm.
And I just loved watching you and your business grow. And talk to us about what it is.
Sure.
In essence, it literally is just creating some happy things, but also
That's
you
what I
do
do.
some actual things that other people don't do.
So it started as a jewelry business, taking old and broken things, making them whole and beautiful again, because that's what the business did for me. I was broken and sad and wanted to create happy in my own life and for other people. So I did something that was uncomfortable and got me off the couch on Saturday mornings at 7 in the morning to set up for a farmer's market, and I couldn't get out of bed for a 9 a.m. start time Monday through Friday. But I was excited and passionate about selling the things that I made on Saturday mornings. And that was July of 2019. In December, the first week of December, I walked away from that insurance 9 to 5 and haven't looked back. A few months later, there was a little pandemic in the
Just a
world,
little something, something.
a little something. And I had already done some big craft shows in the Milwaukee, Madison, and Baraboo areas and built some really great customer relationships and did live sales online on Facebook March, April, May. And that carried me through into June of 2020 when markets started to pick back up, outdoor markets and such. And then after that, I in 2021 opened my first little brick and mortar, which is where you visited.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then had that until 20 December of 22, and then moved to this location in January of 23. And here we are in March of 24. And now I host birthday parties where kids and adults come and make their own jewelry. So now I still make and sell the jewelry, but I teach how to make your own. We do different repurposed and sustainable crafts. What else?
I'm gonna
We have pop-up.
tell our listeners what else you do because you're just glossing over the amazing things.
I don't know. Go ahead. What am I missing?
Kelly, you curate amazing packages for people.
Oh,
I have called you multiple times and said, I need something for my daughter-in-law or I need something for my wife. They like yellow. I want to spend $50. just put it together. And you do, and they create happy in their life, and it makes my life way better. You have taken people's, and you said it kind of briefly at the very beginning. It was a very good elevator speech, by the way. But you have taken people's purses that have been their grandmother's purses and they've passed away, and you have turned those purses into earrings and brooches and necklaces. So you're using this product that is meaningful for someone else and then putting it on. Obviously, there's a lot of fake jewelry people out there. You are using the finest of like metals and things like that, correct? You're not the
Surgical.
cheap crap off
Yep.
of Amazon. You're buying the certified stuff, so you're not rotting somebody's ear when they put it in there. So that part is brand new and amazing, but you're putting in something that is meaningful for someone else. Absolutely wonderful. Taking people's dresses and purses.
Yeah,
And, like,
wedding
who
dresses.
wants their grandma's purse? No one.
Exactly.
Who wants their grandma's purse put into jewelry that they can use as an accent piece that they know? Everyone.
One of the reasons that happened is I was chatting with a customer at a craft show, and this is where it comes into saying yes to things that maybe are intimidating, or yes to things that are new for you, being open to new things. She heard my story of using my grandma's purses to make some of the earrings because she had left me a whole bunch of purses when she passed away. And this woman asked if I would make things out of her grandpa's shirts because he had just passed away and she wanted to do something special for her family for Christmas. And out of that, the legacy portion of Create Happy was born, all because I had this conversation with a customer and said yes to something new. And I was very upfront that I hadn't done anything with shirts in the jewelry world before, and I would like to try it a little bit first, show her what I can do, and then go from there. And we ended up making the most beautiful hair clips for her nieces, necklaces and earrings for his wife, and for all of the daughters and the granddaughters. And then it's just been one of the most beautiful things that I get to do with my business. And I would say every month I get at least 1 to 5 new legacy projects. Some months I have more than I can handle, and some I'm like, okay, we got this. And it's fun to take one purse that one person would be gifted when someone passes away and turn it into something that 40 people can enjoy, because you can make and earrings and necklaces out of it, and it's just such a unique and special way to remember someone.
See, that's really cool, and you create happy, and that those kind of stories I love. But you also take just like you've taken cereal boxes and cut them up and not thrown them away, but cut them up, and that's what you use to like hold your earrings, and you put your stamp on them.
Yep.
Everything's repurposed, and I just absolutely love that. But it's not, it's by no means cheap in the cheap world. I mean, so the quality of what you're doing is so amazing, but you're actually using these repurposed items that you find and see. And okay, it's the start of a season happening right now, and you're the coolest thing you've ever done, in my mind, my professional opinion for jewelry, is your baseball studs that you've done. And you literally rip the baseball apart, old used baseballs, and then you cut them so there's like the seam, and then you put them in earrings, again, put them in pendants. Pendants.
Bracelets.
Whoa, wait a second. You just said a word. It's pendants. What? And I'm saying penance.
That's well, there's a couple definitions of penance, but like a sports pennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a pendant on a necklace. There's a D in it.
Holy crap. We
It's
just
okay.
learned something today on Fellow Wanderers. You didn't learn that I massacre words because that is a known fact. Pendant and penance. The baseball is the most legit. And I remember way back in the day you did an Instagram story, something about like the amount of work you have to put in to rip a baseball apart is almost inconceivable.
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody now because of the 6 people that are listening right now, they are gonna want to go out and do it and try to replicate it, and I don't want them to do that.
I need more people to do it with me.
Crock pot is involved in the
It
in
is.
the in the extraction of the inner core of the baseball.
When
That's all you need.
people come into my workroom and they see 3 crock pots, they just say, I'm not even gonna ask because it's you, Kelly, but why? Why?
Why? What's it like being a business owner? As an entrepreneur, woman business owner out there?
Do you like theme parks, roller coasters? That's kind of what I equate it. You have to wait in line for a very long time and pay a lot of admission to get into this world. And then the fun part is like 45 seconds, but it's so fun. And then you do it all over again.
You get back in line. That is
Yeah.
I've never heard that. It's so true. You pay so much to get in. You have to pay the time and effort because now you're an entrepreneur and it takes time, but yet it's so fulfilling out there. What would you say to people that are wanting to get into kind of crafting their own thing?
A couple of the things that I wish I would have maybe held on to a little harder is do what makes you happy, not what other people tell you would make them happy. I made some changes in my business thinking that it would cater to what people were telling me they wanted, but people don't know what they want sometimes.
Mm,
So when they say that they want XYZ product, you bring it in and it sits on the shelf till it gets dusty because it wasn't something I was passionate about, maybe, or yeah. So stay true to what you're excited about and what you're passionate about, and you'll grow from there. Learn and ask all the questions to all the people that you meet. And don't be afraid of no.
yeah.
Those are 3 big things.
It must be nice you get to play with jewelry all day, or it must be nice I get to look at beaches all day. But a lot of it's 80% is running a business. And that's a tough
At
thing to do.
90.
Yeah,
90%.
I'm on an
That was
airplane a lot, so I put 80.
no, um, um, I think, uh, the must be nice comments and all of that, people don't realize the sacrifices or the extra things we do to afford the life that we live. I sling drinks on the weekends at the bar just to make it all work. So I leave here, I close my shop at 5 o'clock on Fridays and hopefully get to the bar by 5:30 and then get done at bar time and come back in the morning. Some
Yeah.
weekends like that. Often start businesses with Facebook. They have a website, and why aren't people buying? Why aren't people? And then they get discouraged, and then they have just kind of this tainted mindset about their business, but they didn't put in all of the work. Yes, those things
Yeah.
are hard and time consuming, but there's so much more. Like so
Yeah.
much more.
Where can people find you if they need to get a hold of you? I'm going to put that in the show notes and all those cool things. I'll have my producer. Can you put that in the? Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
My producer will take care of all that and put that in all my well worded show notes.
So createhappywi.com, createhappyshop.com, kellyfromwisconsin.com, and then all of those on Facebook and Instagram. Easy peasy.
Kelly
and
from Wisconsin.
yes.
Yes.
franklinfromwisconsin.com.
Franklin from Wisconsin.
He has a page on Kelly, but his Instagram is Franklin from Wisconsin.
That's the one you really want to follow.
Yes, it is. He has
Franklin
like
from
Sunday scaries and Monday affirmations sometimes when I'm trying to be good.
when he's not working so hard the night before he gets up in the morning.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, thank you for coming by. Do you have anything else you wish you would have said?
Oh, so much, but we'll just leave it at that next episode.
Episode 2 for maybe season later.